What is going on, players, and welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today, we're taking on Meshkved in the first game in the episode, and then we're taking on Milan in the semi-final of the Europa League, where if we manage to somehow defeat them, we make it into the Europa League Final. We've already guaranteed a place in the Hungarian Cup, which is standard at this stage, but yeah, season going quite well. So if you do go on to enjoy this episode, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so as you can see, we're taking on Meshkved in the first game of today's episode. It's a dead ringer, is that what it's called? Because Meshkved have guaranteed themselves survival, could still technically make it into the European spots, but they would need to win all 3 of their remaining games, and everyone around them would need to lose all their games, so they're probably not going to do it. We've guaranteed the title. Forever lost a game 2 or 3 games ago, so we never actually got to see the trophy, so couldn't bring you back for that, which is quite unfortunate. It's the second season in a row that we haven't seen the trophy being handed to our players, but title 5 times in a row, can't really complain about that. Since you were here last, though, was it against Pushkash Academy you were here? But we drew anyway. Then we went and beat MTK in the Hungarian Cup. As you can see, 75th, 77th, 89th. The game was insane. We had so many bookings. It was a weird game. Then against Dioscure, it was 7-4. Mandira went on an absolute tear. Scored 5 goals in the first half. We did score 6 of our goals in the first half, and then Savic decided to pop one in right at the end of the game, and it was delightful. We then went to MTK's stadium and beat them 4-0 in the second leg of the cup, so we were guaranteed we're going to be playing Pushkash Academia in the final, and then we went and played Milan. We did rest some players for the AC Milan game, which, as you can see, 3-3. Oriola scored a 96th minute penalty, which was insane. Donnarumma scored an own goal. It was Grodem and bounced off the post. Unfortunately, hit the back of Donnarumma, went into the back net. It doesn't matter. A goal is a goal. So we have 3 away goals going into the Milan game, which is very unexpected. Hidalgo obviously scoring from a corner. I think he scored 10 so far this year now. Yeah, he's got 10 for the season. 6 in the league. So if he can score 1 more league goal, it'll be his best ever season for goals. I'd love to see that happen. And then we beat Ujpest 2-1. As you can see, Riffin actually managed to get himself a goal. He hasn't scored too many. And Jan Bertek scored an absolute hilarious own goal. But, you know, I'm sure they didn't care. But this is how we're laying up for the game against Meshkved. It's a rotated side. I'm resting the majority of players for the game against Milan. And Kosteric, just because not a big fan of him anymore. And it seems the players aren't huge fans of him either, because everyone is against him. So we're starting with Werner in goal, Bartek and Mackenzie, who you're going to see for the first time. I think it's his 3rd game, his 4th game. Okay, I'm playing him for the 4th time. It's the first time you get to see him. Stepanenko and Karetish as our central defence, Mora and O'Neill as our central midfield, Gilmar and Mary as our wide men, Riffin and Pushak as our strike force. As you can see, Mandira 39 goals so far this year. Grodem, whose form's dropped off recently, has 22. Carlsberg is just going to sit this game out. He has 26. So we've been scoring a number of goals. Hidalgo then is the next with 10. So it's mostly been our forward players scoring goals this year, which I suppose is expected. And then our centre back, who scores from corners and free kicks, because he's just quite good. It's interesting because he's scoring more than was Christian Mark. Was there like 6'6" or 6 foot? What was he? 6'6", I think. Centre back who used to be the one we aimed everything at. He's scoring more goals than he did, which, you know, I think he's like 2 inches shorter. Mary with a bit of a speculative shot. But yeah, this is just a side where kind of rotated the majority of players. They played a lot of the games in between recently. So like Werner is just first choice goalkeeper. I just want to put him in so we have a safe pair of hands in goal. Although Christian Perez, he's pretty good. So, this will be the last league game you see. And Mary puts it in the back of net. Jan Bartek keeps his place after scoring an own goal in the last game. Just beautiful cross. Bartek is exceptional. So I have no problem with it. The fact that Stepanenko was playing on the wing for a bit there, questionable. You do love to see when your centre back is out in the wing, regardless of what's going on. It's always fantastic to see. McKenzie, I think he's deputised fairly well when he's come in as our left back. Pushak is played through by Mary. I think Mary has actually turned into quite the acquisition. Player I did kind of hum and haw about when we signed him originally. I was like, is he really good enough to play for us? He's come into the first team and he's been very, very good. Stepanenko has just put another one past their keeper. Zadelski what's his name? Zadelsi? What's his name? Zoldeshi is a guy who constantly getting told I should bring into the Hungarian team. I really don't know why. He's it's not proven anything to me in games I've played against him. Riffin hits the post, so I'll leave him off. I'll leave him off. It's fine. He I think he's enjoying getting a bit of a run in the team of late because he's one of those players who, even though he's got really high, or he had really high potential, Bartek almost scored from the edge of the area with a header. That would have been exceptional. Riffin, he's been one of those players who's just kind of missed out because there's been younger, better strikers come through, or people who stay in form for longer. Riffin did go out on loan. Speaking of the devil, puts in the back net his 7th of the season. For a player who's not played a huge amount of football, 7 goals, not terrible. Because I think he played a bit at the start of the season and then missed getting even selected for like massive portions of the season. He's picked himself up a little bit, and it's quite nice. Jan Mora actually is another player that, when he came back from his injury, I did think he was going to get a lot more first team football than he's gotten. But then again, we had quite the settled midfield, so I didn't want to spend too much time swapping and changing, because I did have Janssen and O'Neill as kind of like our backup midfield partnership, or duo, I suppose, like the third and fourth choice central midfielders. O'Neill I think he's our best paid player. He really shouldn't be. He's not that good. We are going to make a change, just to bring some fresh legs on. Mora, you can play as the box to box. Is there anyone else I want to bring on? Bring Bordet on for no. I think we bring Mandira on just so he can have an attempt at getting a goal. Because why not? Gilmar is very quickly becoming one of my favourite players in the team, because he has been insane in games he's been playing. He played on the left wing for a period of time in the last game, and had quite a good game. Yeah, we're going to make our final change. Gilmar can do the rest, so I'm going to actually bring on Grodum for Gilmar, move Riffin out into the wing, put Grodum up front, and confirm that everything is fantastic as long as none of the players Mandira and Grodum, either of those pick up an injury, I will be furious. But we haven't. We've covered the game. 4-0 winners. Comfortable. Good win. Well done. I think the record for points is 81. So I think we've 77. And we still have 3 games to play. So in theory, we should smash it. In theory. That is. So 77 point. No team relegated yet. So that's looking good for everyone still, I suppose. We play PEX, Farvar, and MTK. So actually we play pretty decent teams. Okay, we play bottom, second, and third. But then we play Puskás in the final. And in the next part of this episode, we're going to find out if we're going to make it to our first European final. Right, fellas. So now we take on AC Milan. If we can beat them, or even just a score draw, or even a 2-2 draw, is enough for us to make it to the final, where we could potentially face what looks like it's going to be Liverpool. And we're going with a number of changes. Okay, the game is freaking out. So we're going into this game. It's telling us to play cautious. I'm not going to. It's not how we do. We're going in, I think it's 10 changes for this game. Werner is the only one that keeps his place in the team. Vlek and Maputo come in to play as our wingbacks. Hidalgo and Barreto in central defence. Oriola and Zamorano as our central midfield. Savic, Kalsberg, Mandira and Grodem as our front four. No injuries to speak of, so everyone who is fit and available to play is going to play. With, as you can see, huge changes, wide sweeping changes, but it is for the most important game of the season as of right now. If we win this game, then we're definitely into the most important game of the series. As you can see, they still have Donnarumma. They've actually got Tomori in the team as well. Romagnoli, Bentancur, Rafinha, Diego Jota, Gabriel Jesus, Nicolas Sula, Manor Solomon, Nicola Savov, or ex-player, and Ensue, all on their team. So they've, a pretty strong team. We have to guard against complacency. Kalsberg isn't happy about that, but I have faith in you. So I'm going to say to the strikers that I have faith in them. So I think this is probably the strongest team we could put out. Potentially. Is it the strongest team we could put out? I'd like to think it is. So I'm going to encourage the lads, because it is 3-3. Milan Werner, slightly uninterested. But if we just don't concede opportunities, which we've already done so far, it does seem like it's not the most entertaining game, but I think it's fine as long as Rafinha doesn't score here. He doesn't. He slaps the ball off. I think it was Zamorano that took the ball to the face, but commitment. That's what I'm always talking about with the press. Players got to be committed. Oriola puts his foot in. Gabriel Jesus is playing out in the wing. Interesting. Kalsberg, okay, Vlasic almost gets taken out by, I think it was Grodem, and Nikola Vlasic does get a goal, even though he's carrying a knock. Yeah, Kalsberg missed interception leads directly to that goal. So it was Kalsberg that tried to kill him. Don't like the fact that Milan are on the break again, but this is what happened in the first leg. They went, I think it was a 2-up before we even kind of got involved in the game. So I'm going to chuck a bit more encouragement at the lads. Hidalgo does hit the ball clear, but only as far as Diego Jota. Savic blocks it. I say his name different every single time. They want me Barreto to man mark. I don't think that's a good idea. Kalsberg with the free kick, whips it in. Doesn't find one for players, but Zamorano picks it up. Gets across, and Mandira. Oh, what a way to score your 40th goal of the season. Absolutely tears the net off. Mandira coming up on half time. Again, the game is skipping. I'm not sure why. It was a decent clearance by the Milan defender, but Zamorano puts it across, and Mandira just puts everything behind it, all his weight, smashes it into the back of the net, and it is 1-1. They do have another corner though. Rafinha. Oh, it's cleared off him, but Romagnoli. Oh, Werner did exceptionally well to keep that out. Just unfortunately, none of our defenders reacted fast enough to clear it, and Romagnoli was there to it bounced off of Vlek. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, we're going in at halftime, a goal behind. I'm gonna thrash him out and say I'm far from happy. Grodem is having an absolute mare of a game. Faith in you. Put my fists. I believe you've got the text. Grow them. Maputa's not playing well. Vlek isn't playing well. We're still in with a chance. We still have an opportunity. We shouldn't count ourselves out of the game yet. Vlasic. I wonder what injury Vlasic actually has. Because he doesn't seem to be overly affected by whatever's going on. Okay, we need to make a change. We need to make changes. We need to make a couple of changes. Savic is carrying a knock. So what I might do is... Boom. Actually. Triple advance forward. Savic can come off for Janssen. Yeah, you can stay as an advanced playmaker. Have you Vlek and Maputa playing as the wing backs, and we go from there. Grodum potentially is going to be coming off at some point. The fact that Grodum is having a poor game is not ideal. I'm going to encourage the lads again. If we concede here, oh, Werner. It says easily on the text at the bottom. I think that was quite lucky because Diego Jota's touch almost put it beyond Werner. If we fall at this stage again, I'm going to be so upset. Mandira heads it on. Grodum. What was that, Grodum? What are you doing? Oh, that was why. Why would Grodum do that? He Carlsberg on the run. And AC Milan, I was going to say Man City. AC Milan are just playing around us. Thankfully, we've come away with the ball. Grodum has... Oh, Mandira was offside. Donnarumma boots it clear. Actually, we are going to do some pressing. I'm going to press the centre backs and Donnarumma. And we're going to go attacking. Chuck a bit more encouragement out. Zamorano gets onto the ball. Grodum gets tackled. Loses the ball. Hopefully, Vlek can win this header. He can't. But Hidalgo picks it up. Gets it to Vlek. Back to Hidalgo. Tries to play a through ball for Grodum. And again, this time Carlsberg tries to get on the end of it. Oh, Carlsberg wins the ball. Finds Grodum. Oh, he hits the crossbar. Oriola. All the way back to Maputa. Highlights ended. Okay. Grodum, you're coming off because you're playing absolutely the worst possible. Vlek is going to come off for Bourdais. Going to pump my fists. Confirm sub. Go. Maputa. Rafinha. Rosas. If we get knocked up by AC Milan, that's fine. At least we've given more of a go of it than we did last time we got this far when we got absolutely demolished by Arsenal. But I would have thought AC Milan would have been a harder game, so I think we've definitely progressed. That was... Werner, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Oh. So I feel like this is the end of the road for us. We are going to demand more. And we're just going to go very attacking. See if we can do something. No? Not even going to get a highlight? Let me at least encourage the lads. No. Okay, so we lose 3-1 away from home, or at home, which, you know, is where we normally play our best football. I think I should have probably taken Grodum off sooner. I can't fault you. Players aren't happy. Players are not happy. Alright, you all... Everyone... Oh, no. Carlsberg. Cost us a goal. You let yourself down. Vlek. Let yourself down. Still demotivated, whatever. Did anyone else play exceptionally poorly? Savik, Salman, or Salman both played quite poorly as well, and haven't had words with them yet. Not pleased with what I saw from you tonight. So unfortunately, we've been knocked out of the Europa League in the semi-finals again. I don't think we would have beaten Liverpool in the final, regardless of what happens. I don't think we were going to be able to do that anyway. We've 3 players who are in need of a rest. We made some nice cash money. Have 50.5 million in the bank. We also got our transfer budget. I didn't mention that. We got our transfer budget 31.6 million. Our wage budget's up to almost 500,000. Don't know where we this was like 200,000 before. Now it's up to 483. That's exceptional. Tomorrow's episode will be the game against Pushkash Academia, because we have no Europa League final. I didn't expect to get to the Europa League final, but it would have been nice if we did, even if we got absolutely trounced by Liverpool, which we would have. But it's fine. Hungarian final. Try and win it for the 4th time. 3rd in a row. Hopefully we can do that. We'll have to wait and see what happens. If you have enjoyed this episode, though, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!